Guys, welcome back to the Coins and Connections podcast, season 1, episode 5. It's your girl, Sin Quanta, and I am here alone, all by my lonesome today. But in this episode, I want to talk about my book release. I want to talk about my first big book release since 2016. My How to Self-Publish book for under $100 was a year-long process, and I did work with a publishing company for that book. And now I have been writing The Weekend since 2017, and it kind of came back together the end of 2019, 2020. I finished it, I got it edited and published it. So I want to talk a little bit more about what I learned, hard truths, and some real ass shit, okay? But before we get into the topic, we are going to do the rapid fire question of the day. So the question of the day is, if you found out you only had 2 weeks to live, what would you do or cross off your bucket list? So I have been saying for the longest that I wanted another tattoo. So I would get another tattoo probably on my back. I would finally get a bikini wax and get my coochie wax because I'm scared of that. I do eyebrow threading, but I don't know. Something about that coochie wax just, I don't know. I can't get into it. I'm scared. I would probably do skydiving, and I would definitely travel. So I would get all my like cosmetic stuff done like that first day that I found out, and then like the rest of the 2 weeks I would be traveling. Like I would go overseas. I would go to Bora Bora, I would go to Africa, I would go to Japan, I would probably go to Malaysia, Hawaii, and Alaska. Like I would just be on a world tour. I don't know, maybe Alaska, maybe not Alaska, but more so beach shit, like feet in the sand type of stuff. So enough on that, and let's get into the topic for today. So this is going to be some hard shit for some of you guys to digest, because this is just how real I am with myself. And some people might not be there yet, but I am super honest and hard on myself. And this book release spoke to my heart. It may not have spoken to your heart, but this was a me thing. So when the numbers came out, there were 10 ebooks that were pre-ordered. Probably 5 or 4 were my family members who I know bought it. And then there were 5 people who had paid for signed paperback copies. Now I still hit number 1 for a few days with little to no sales, as we clearly can see. And I think it was because of the category that I was in. I did not have much competition, but I also put myself in the Caribbean category because I wanted to stay true to what I did with this book. I was making sure that I put the Jamaican patois in it so that the character was able to truly live up to the hype. His family was from Jamaica. He still had his Jamaican accent. So shout out to Jarius. She is on Facebook, and when I first had her as a test reader to read like the beginning of this book, she basically told me, she said like the characters' dialogue did not ring true to who they were. And she was like, if he's Jamaican, then you know, he needs to be speaking that patois. And if the girls are like friends and homies and from the Bronx and from the country, you need to make sure that you have that in their lingo, like how they talk to each other. So you will see stuff like, hey bitch, oh my gosh, like stuff like that, just slang that we use when we're talking to our good girlfriends. So that's why I put it in that category. Now, the other category, I don't even know why it was in there. Amazon normally categorizes stuff by keywords or just where it sees other people buying the book from. So that could be it. And it was like in world literature. So it is literature. So I'm not mad. But I never broke into the African American romance category. I was like 1,000 and something, but I was not in the top 100 charts. But that is okay. This is my first romance book. So I think I was shocked at first. But that wore off, and I kind of laughed about it because I'm also smart. I'm also smart as fuck. And realizing that I had gotten more shares and congratulations than I did sales, it kind of did something to me. But I do understand that writing is my therapy. So it's my therapy, and I think this book was more for me to prove that I hadn't lost it and that I was healing through any situations from the past couple of years when I first started it. So the growth of me being able to just come back to the pen, finish a book that I started so long ago, and kind of be able to pick up the characters who had obviously stopped talking a while ago was hard, but it felt good. So I am thankful for those who supported. I am very thankful always, and I'm not mad. I'm not salty because this to me was not a fail. And I also think I didn't do anything wrong as far as like promotion and marketing and building the anticipation. It's probably been the best I've ever done. I was very consistent and in your face. Where the disconnect is, I honestly feel that people think that because I was successful and I was number one and I had accomplished that they didn't need to support me. And that's completely wrong and false. And then I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. All I've ever wanted was to just help someone else achieve something higher than where I am. So many people who I work with have gone on and surpassed me in business in how much they charge, how much they make, and their followers, and with the events that they book or have. And I am so proud of that. Just to know that maybe something I said sparked something, or advice I had given them has helped them achieve their goals makes me extremely happy. There are still things I am trying to accomplish, and I fail every day, and sometimes harder than the first time. Okay, and that's just being honest, but that's life. I like to share the raggedy shit, like the raggedy parts. So when you step up to the plate, you don't feel like you're gonna hit that home run all the time. You're not gonna hit it because the pitcher always got some slick shit up his sleeve, a little slick curve ball, a fastball, try to get you out. So I'm always ready. Like, I'm always aiming a bat at the next thing. And hey, if I strike out, that's okay. Because I might get another turn to, get back in the game and bat. So it's all good. And I stay ready. I stay ready for whatever. And I've taught myself a hard truth of never having expectations of what others can do and will do for you, because you'll be let down often. And I kind of want to be in control of my feelings. You don't want certain things or situations to have you out in these streets fucked up over some shit that somebody else did because they were fucked up. And we don't want to settle and sit in that type of feeling. So, when people project certain things on me or how they see me, I smile and I keep it moving because I am confident in my abilities, but in no way am I better than the next person. I cry, I laugh, I bleed a lot, during the month, but I lose out on deals, contracts, money, and friends too, okay? Boo, I am just like you. Now, the only thing that might be different is I will clap for my damn self if I made a penny for 30 days or if I made $100 for 30 days. It does not matter what might happen. I am excited because those wins are still wins. And I take none of that for granted ever. So I want to publicly and loudly say, thank you for all of the shares, the congrats, the purchases, and the future purchases that may come. And the reviews, just for listening to this podcast also. So I always am very thankful for people supporting me, seeing me. I see you too. And I understand that enlightenment, it must be the light enlightening me. But I understand that alignment for me, okay? Let's get that straight. Alignment for me was writing and finishing this book. and it was very special for me. Writing has become my therapy since 2014, and it brought me out of what I needed this year. I was in need of bringing back my creativity, and I'm proud of myself for just finishing what I started, because sometimes that is a hard task alone. So if you take anything away from this podcast today, I want you to finish that one thing that you started and do it for you, no one else but for you. Okay? So now we are going to go into the Q Money Bag start of the week, and Tom Hanks and his wife Rita had tested positive for the COVID-19, the coronavirus, and as the Black people has dubbed it, the Rona. President Trump suspends travel to and from Europe for 30 days. And this affects a lot of military families and members, and this hits very close to home because I know people who are overseas. I know people in Facebook groups and stuff, people who were expecting their spouses home. And with this new ban, they might, it might delay the process. It might delay the process of going to another PCS or another base. And it's coming up to summer, which is a huge PCS season for the military. So it's really going to be hard. And I really want to see how they're going to handle this. And I really hope that the virus is contained by the time this episode airs. But if it isn't, I pray that more people recover than fall ill. And I just hope that you guys are staying safe, washing your hands, of course, washing your body, brushing your teeth, just everything. Covering your mouth when you cough, just take precaution. If you work with a lot of people daily, hey, wear gloves. That's the least you can do. Try not to touch your face like they have been saying. And I just want you guys to stay safe. There's been a lot of school closings, a lot of people working at home. See me at home. But I did notice that was something that I did notice. My kids and my husband was coming home consistently sick. And I'm like, why are y'all getting so sick? And I'm not. But then I realized I work from home. I don't deal with a lot of people every day. These kids go to school. There's so much germs, everything. Kids are getting sick. Parents are sending the kids to school sick. My husband deals with soldiers. The soldiers are sick. So they come home and they're sick a lot. So we have bumped up our vitamins and just things that we put in our body to help our immune system stay strong and fight off whatever, may be going on. But I just want you guys to continue to take precautions. We've been on the elderberry, and I am thinking about buying some sea moss. It's been in my shopping cart for a little bit, and I was going to buy mine from Donata Skin Food. I buy her soap and scar butter, the pine tar and scar butter. I love it. It has helped me to brighten up my glow on my face. So if you guys are interested in that, look up her website. But again, stay safe, guys, and I pray that you all have a blessed week, month, whenever you are listening to this. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a review or whatever you do. So until next time.